Hi, my name is JT from China. Thank you for purchasing the ancient Chinese water bowl. It is a traditional Chinese water production effect. You can either use it as an individual effect or you can use it as the big ending of the Benson bowl routine. And now, let me tell you how to do this routine. Now, let's have a look at what's inside the packaging. First, it is a piece of cloth. The cloth is for covering the ball during the performance. Next, it is a piece of plastic disc. This one is our gimmick, and it is customized for high transparency. Next, it is a very beautiful Chinese bowl. The principle of this routine is this disc can hide the water perfectly inside the bowl. Now, let me teach you how to do the setting. We need to prepare the water at our wash basin. First, turn off the drainer and turn on the tap. We need to prepare a basin of water. The water needs to be enough to submerge the bowl. If you don't have a wash basin, you can prepare with a basin or a basket. Then we dip the bowl into the water basin. Next, you take our plastic disc and dip it into water. Then you move it towards the bowl and the water. Finally, you press the plastic disc into the bowl, just like this. As we can see, there are two lines here in the bowl. We need to line up the edge of the plastic disc with the two lines. The two lines will help to hide the edge of the plastic disc. Why we do the whole setting underwater? Because doing the setting underwater can prevent from producing any air bubbles. We don't want them. Finally, you take the bowl out of the water and you use some tissue paper to wipe off all the water inside and outside the bowl. Now the setting is done. After you do the setting, please check if there is air leakage. If there is air inside, please prepare again. If the bowl is prepared very properly, you don't need to worry about the gimmick. The gimmick will be very safe. You can use it as a normal bowl. You can show the bowl to the spectators very confidently. And if you use the bowl properly, the gimmick will be very safe. Please be at ease. I will teach you how to use it later in detail. This setting method is much more convenient than the first method, but this method is much more suitable for the person who is very familiar with the first method. We can do the setting almost anywhere. Here we do the setting on the floor. You can imagine we are at the backstage. And for this method, we don't need a water basin. What we need is just a bottle of water. And we pour the water inside the bowl. We need to fill the whole bowl with water. Next, we take our gimmick and we use one side of the gimmick to touch the water first. When you see there is air bubble, you use your finger to clean it and do it again. That's why we touch the water from one side. Then we put the whole gimmick in the water and we press the gimmick into the bowl as we taught in the first method. Next, we pour the water out of the bowl. Finally, we wipe the water inside and outside the bowl. Let's talk about how to do the routine. For teaching purpose, I'd like to use this transparent plastic cloth to replace the original cloth, so you can see what is going on under the cloth very clearly. First, you take the cloth and show both sides to the spectators. Then you put the cloth on your right hand. You can clap your hands to show nothing is on your hand or in the cloth. Then you take the prepared bowl and you put the bowl mouth down on your right hand. You can show the inside of the bowl to the spectators again, and then you put it back. Next, you flip over both of your hands. At the same time, under the cover of the cloth, you move your left thumb into the bowl. Now, your left thumb is contacting the edge of our gimmick. Then you can do some magical gestures. At the same time, you use your left thumb to press down the gimmick, just like this. Now, air goes inside the gimmick, so the gimmick is loose now. You continue to press down the gimmick. Now, as we can see, this part of the gimmick is higher than the edge of the mouth. Now, you use your right hand to take the gimmick and the cloth. Then, you remove the cloth and the gimmick together to show a bowl of water has been produced. Then you can put the gimmick and the cloth on the table. Now the gimmick is perfectly hidden under the cloth. As you're removing the cloth, you move your left thumb from this position to the edge of the bowl, so you can hold the bowl very firmly. You can shake the bowl a little bit. Even you can let some water spill out of the bowl. The spilled water can increase the effect. Finally, you take a goblet. You pour the water from the bowl into the goblet. We can use this beautiful effect as the big ending of the Benson bowl routine. For the Benson bowl routine, the setting needs to be adjusted a little bit. We need to press the gimmick a little deeper than usual. As we can see, the edge of the gimmick is lower than the two lines here. So this will provide much more room for the sponge balls. Let's talk about how to do the setting. For the Benson bowl routine, besides of the bowl and the cloth, we need to prepare 3 things: a magic wand for sponge balls and a goblet. First, we need to open the cloth and we need to fold them 2 times. and this forms a square. We can use it as our close-up mat. Then we put the bowl here, like this. Next, we hide one ball in our right finger palm, and this ball is an extra ball. The spectators only aware 3 balls. Next, we put the 3 balls in this shape, like this. Here's the routine. First, you show the spectators the inside of the ball. We can use the wand to knock the ball. Then, we transfer the ball from our left hand to our right hand. At the same time, we load the secret ball. Okay, the slide is like this. When you do the load, your fingers need to press at the center of the gimmick, not the edge of the gimmick, because pressing the center is very safe. If you press the edge, maybe there will be some risk to open the gimmick by accident. So please press at the center every time you load the ball. Then you put the ball on the mat. Next, you take the first ball, you do a fake transfer, and vanish it. Then you can show the first ball has arrived. When you do an adjustment, you load the extra ball. Next, you vanish the second ball. Then you show the second ball has arrived. Next, you vanish the third ball. Finally, you show all 3 balls has arrived underneath the ball. Next, you put the 4 balls away. Finally, you can open the cloth and do the water production as we taught. Do some magical gesture. At the same time, you open the gimmick. Finally, you remove the cloth and show the water. That's the Benson ball routine. I'd like to tell you something about the storage of the gimmick. When you don't perform the routine, we can press the gimmick into the bowl, just as we are doing the setting. We can store it like this. We can even store it with water. After a long period of time, the shape of the gimmick will be like this. The edge will be curved. So this shape will help you to do the setting very easily. That's why we store the gimmick like this. Above is the instruction of the ancient Chinese water bowl. We will release more traditional Chinese tricks in the future. If you are interested in traditional Chinese tricks, please contact me via this email. We can customize traditional tricks and custom for you. Finally, thank you for supporting JT Magic. Hope to hear from you.